Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining today. I have the special honor of welcoming a guest from Guatemala to talk about Guatemalan food and recipes. Her name is Euda, and she is a pesto maker based in Nicaragua, in the neighboring country. And it's fascinating, the way that pesto connects in so many different countries. And so here she is, Euda. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining today. How are you?
Hi, Jessica. I'm great. I'm happy to be with you today. Thanks.
Thank you so much. So I was just telling everyone you are in Guatemala and
Yeah.
you started a pesto company in 2018. And so tell us a little bit about, why pesto? Why did you start that?
Well, I was doing this recipe a long time ago. My husband is vegetarian. So every time we were having friends over or we were going somewhere, instead of telling them, please do something special for him, I was just doing ravioli with pesto. And then I was bringing it everywhere. And then sometimes it was like a meat dinner, and everyone ended up eating his food because they love the pesto so much.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so then we moved to Nicaragua and we were there. And friends started asking me, please make some for me and I will pay. And I was just doing it. But she was asking so constantly, and then another and another, that I said, okay, I will do it. I will keep the same ingredients. I will keep the same quality because, pesto is sometimes a little expensive to do. And if they want to buy it, well, then let's see. And one thing start bringing another one. And I ended up doing it like a little bit more formal, let's say it. I started introducing it in small like bakeries and deli shops. And we were there for 3 years and the pesto grew a lot. And
Wow.
then like some people was calling me, oh, the pesto girl. Oh, you're the pesto girl. Like, yeah, I am. And we were moving back to Guatemala. We're from Guatemala, so we were coming back home. And I sold the company to a friend, and we decided that she was going to keep on doing it in Nicaragua, and I will start doing it in Guatemala. And that's what I'm doing now.
That's so great. I'm so happy for you and your friend and the business and all that it is offering to other people. I know you have different types of pesto as well, not just
Yeah,
basil. That's
yeah.
great.
I started with a basil because I mean that's the traditional. I use nuts because pines are really really expensive and hard to find. So I use walnuts. And
Mm.
then I was like, okay, let's try another things. And I have a sun-dried tomato pesto, the rosa pesto. And then I have one with one Spanish pickles called piquillo. And those are the three that I have right now. I have tried some other versions, but those are the three that I have now.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
let's dive into Guatemala. You are currently there and you're from
Yes.
there originally. So
Yes.
I don't know personally too much, and those who are watching may not know that much about this country, this Central American country. So give us
Yes.
a little background, Ada, about the history and what the country is all about.
Well, Guatemala, it's a country in Central America, as you said. We're neighbors with Mexico. Like Mexico, it's up here, and Guatemala, it's just below. It's a country that has an amazing weather, always great
Mhm.
weather. Yeah, and has a lot of. It's really nice because you go like 2 hours away from the city, you have the beach. You go 2 hours away, you have a little colder weather, and then you have a lot of things. It has a lot of nature, and we have the Mayan culture.
Mm.
Yeah.
So do you see a lot of that culture and the history around different parts of the country?
Yes, yes, we still do a lot. Also, there's a lot of influence. There's still a lot of Indians, and they wear the traditional clothes, and the country has been influenced by that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that rich history, it's important no matter where you live in the country, but for you specifically, what part, Central Coast, what part are you situated in?
I'm in the capital city,
Okay.
um, kind of in the middle of the country, in the center of the country. And yeah, that's why we also have a lot of things nearby, you know, like 2 or 3 hours away from the city.
Yeah, that's great. And so what do you love most about your country? You know, having lived in Nicaragua as well and coming back to Guatemala, what kind of stood out to you as unique?
Yeah, you know, we have been living many countries with my husband, like
Oh,
Denmark, yeah, Denmark, Korea, Panama, Chile,
wow.
Nicaragua, and yeah, finally we came back to Guatemala. First of all, family is here, you know, that do a lot. Then, as I told you, it has amazing weather and people is great. Guatemalans are really amazing. So that's one of the things that I like the most.
Great. And
Yeah.
I'm sure that plays into your business and the relationships that you form with selling your pesto. So that's wonderful.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it is.
go ahead.
No, no, I was, yeah, like to, you know, the pesto. Sometimes if you see just like the bottle, you are like, oh yeah, pesto, and that's it. So part of the success of the business has been that I have been in these like farmers markets,
Ah,
giving sampling and testing. And yeah, that connects you a lot with the people because I'm there, they go, they talk, and I tell the story or they ask questions. So yeah, that's really a nice part of the business because I get to know a lot of people.
yeah. And so
Yeah.
I love that, you know, those interactions and being in this community of a farmer's market. In fact, this morning I was at my town's farmer's market and you just see, you know, different cultures represented there. For example, there's a Korean kimchi stand and
Oh,
then
very.
there's bakers and fresh produce. So tell me, Euda, kind of what cultural influences in terms of food do you see in Guatemala?
Well, a lot from Mexico. We're so close to
Mm,
Mexico. Also from the States, as we depend a lot of the on everything from the States. But lately, it has grew a lot. You can find food from everywhere. Japanese, like sushi, you know, it's all over the world. Indian, Thai has been growing lately.
mm.
Uh, Italian, of course. Yeah, like nowadays, you basically find restaurants from all over the world here.
Great.
Yeah.
And what's your personal favorite outside of your traditional Guatemalan cuisine?
Uh, I don't know. Maybe Italian.
Hmm.
Italian. Yeah.
That makes sense with, you know, the
With
pesto
the pesto.
ravioli.
Yeah. Yeah. But besides the pesto, anyway, it's I guess it's Italian. I love pastas.
Mm, great. And
Yeah.
so let's dive into Guatemalan cuisine. Is there, you know, some kind of dish that really stands out to you that you've grown up making, eating in your family?
Well, there are two dishes that they're in everyone's house, like
Mhm.
beans, and a lot on beans.
Okay.
So corn tortillas. So those two things are like everyday food for any Guatemalan. So we cannot live without them.
Mm.
And yeah, you know, like when we were living abroad, we were missing our beans, and you can find beans some other, I mean, everywhere. But at the end, the ones from your country, you know, they have like the special flavor, that taste that you cannot find any other place. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's like a basic everyday dish, something that you have at your meal. I mean, some people in Guatemala, they have the corn tortillas in the morning, in the afternoon, and I mean at lunch and at night. Like you cannot miss it. But besides that, we have some other dishes. We have like tamal. I don't know if you know, like
Mm.
a yeah, like kind of similar to the Mexican, but with a special different taste.
Okay.
And
What makes the taste different?
I think it's like the sauce they put on it.
Okay.
Yeah, you do the with the corn. It's like
Hmm.
a like this size, and it has you can put chicken or pork inside, and
Okay.
then it's covered with the special sauce that's like, I mean, the sauce is what gives it the special.
Mm. Is it
Yeah,
spicy, kind of neutral?
it could be like you have two options. I mean, you can ask
Okay.
spicy, Not spicy, yeah. Guatemalan food is not that spicy. We're
Mm,
not that used to spicy. I mean,
okay.
we're used to having our food, and people put the spice they want to put on it, but it's not like it's spicy itself.
Got it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so with you were talking about the tamal and then other kind of dishes.
yeah, yeah. And then we have many of the dishes are like kind of soups, you know,
Mm,
like chicken with the sauce that makes it like not a dry dish, you know, like really salty, kind of like in the middle of a soup and a normal dish, you know, like kind of that. So that's like the secret, let's say, like the sauce, and it's made with a lot of species from the country and all that.
mm.
So yeah, it's really nice.
Sounds wonderful. And with the prominence of beans and corn, is corn, or sorry, the tortillas, is corn a popular crop that you'll see around the country, fields of corn growing?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's one of our main productions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know, Guatemala, in a way, it's like a poor country, like the outside of the city, you see a lot of people depending on agriculture. So
Mm,
they produce their own corn and they do their own tortillas.
got it. What
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
what other and when you think about from my own travel experiences in Central America, the fruit there, I think of eating a mango in Mexico. It is nothing like you will find in the States. So talk to me
Yeah.
about, the kind of produce that you get in the country.
Well, you get basically everything you want. We're so lucky. Yeah, because we get amazing fruits like all year long. We have yeah, the mangoes are amazing. We have banana, pineapple, papaya, watermelon, whatever, you know, like we're so lucky in that way because you can get whatever you want and it's really fresh, nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we're lucky. You know, when we were living in Korea, oh my God, I was missing watermelon so much because
Mm,
here it like so, and then you go there and you see a watermelon for $30. For us, that's like crazy, you know, like,
wow.
and for them it was like, of course, something like, I don't know, it was great to have a watermelon, but I was like, no, I can get it like for not even $1 home, and it's so fresh and nice, and that was kind of crazy, you know. And yeah,
Yeah.
so we can get whatever fruit, whatever vegetable we want.
Great. And I want to kind of go through a typical day living for you in Guatemala, Euda. Talk to me about what do you typically eat for breakfast, whether it's something with a corn tortilla or
Yeah,
else.
like a typical Guatemalan breakfast, it's eggs.
Okay.
It can, yeah, you can ask them like scrambled or fried. Those are like the most common options. And then you can put like a little tomato sauce made from scratch, basically with a fresh tomato, beans,
Hmm.
tortilla. That's like a typical Guatemalan dish. And then for lunch, same tortilla. You you have to get your tortillas, and then like a kind of chicken or meat uh, with the type of sauce I'm telling you. And then at night, you know, we also are used to have a lot of beans at night. So beans with tortilla, and I mean, if you're talking about a typical meal, that will be, yeah. You know, when we were living in Chile, one day my kid got really sick from the stomach. So next day I
Hmm.
took the doctor and I was like, yeah, I don't know what happened. And she's like, okay, but tell me what he had for dinner. I'm like, eggs and beans. And she's like, of course, he will get sick if he got that. And I'm like, that's what we get every day. I mean, he wasn't that sure. And she's like, you are having that for dinner every, yeah. I mean, like, that's a typical Guatemalan dinner, you know, beans and eggs. It's typical. And she was surprised that it was like kind of heavy for a meal at night. But
Hmm.
no, that's what I have. Yeah.
And what about drinks? Is there fruit juice, coffee? How does that play into the
Yeah,
typical day?
coffee, it's big in Guatemala.
Okay.
There, yeah, and it's well known around the world.
Mm.
And then we have, yeah, fruit juices, definitely. And we have some natural drinks like hibiscus. Hibiscus is really, it's a traditional hibiscus drink. It's really traditional. And horchata, I don't know if you have heard horchata, like a rice drink.
Uh-huh.
It's also popular like in Mexico.
Mm.
And those are like the typical drinks.
Great.
Yeah.
And what about dessert? Is that something that you'll see with lunch or with dinner or after dinner?
Yes, yes. We have some traditional dessert are like sweet plantains.
Ooh.
They're yeah, like filled with like a paste made of beans, and but it has like a sweet taste.
Hmm.
And then it's plantain, and they fry it. That's a really traditional and nice dessert. Yeah. So basically, that's a really yeah, common dessert you can find many places. We also
Okay.
have like snacks, tostadas, like
Mm.
fried tortilla, and then you can put like guacamole or you can put beans, and that's kind of a traditional Guatemalan snack. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a really rich culture at talking about food, but also sometimes it's like it has been losing out. I don't know, like yeah,
Mm.
at home you don't prepare those dishes like that often. It
Okay.
also has a lot of work.
Mm.
So yeah, so sometimes for the daily basis you just do like simple things. At home we are used to it a little bit more like that because my mom, she's a chef, and she
Mm.
specialized in recovering the culinary roots of the country.
Wow.
Yeah, so she has been doing researches about that. She has written some books and all that. So at home we try to eat those type of foods some days, like more often maybe than some other homes.
Mhm.
The beans and the tortilla, that you don't miss it anywhere. you know
Do you make your own tortilla?
yeah, sometimes we do it. Sometimes you just go like really close by and you can find tortillas in many places.
Mm.
But yeah, I was going to tell you that when we were younger, we went to this house with my sister, and they were offering her like something to eat, and she was really young. She was like 5 or 6, and they offer her a hot dog, and she's like, "Mm, no, 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 thank you, I don't want to eat that. Oh, do you want a sandwich? Do you want something?" And she's like, "No, no, I don't like that much." And then they ask her, "Well, so what do you usually eat for lunch? What do you like?" And she starts saying these traditional dishes that kids don't usually eat them. Like kids prefer a
Wow.
hot dog, a sandwich, or something. But yeah, my mom was trying to keep that tradition at our place.
That's wonderful, and it's
Yeah.
so important to, when you talk about such a rich history, both in terms of culture and food. So tell me, Euda, growing up, with your mom's interests and that kind of history of food and preservation, what was mealtime like for you?
Well, I think mealtime, it's like family time. It's time to get together to share your day, to enjoy. Um, as I told you, like the everyday, like going here, school, everything, maybe doesn't allow you to enjoy it as much as it should.
Hmm.
But yeah, we try like to, when there was a special occasions, to enjoy that time. I forgot to tell you, we also have a really important meal. It's prepared for November 1st, like
Okay.
all day. We celebrate, like it's like a celebration to remember the people that has gone.
Mm.
It's a dish that you prepare like for 3 4 days.
Wow.
It's Yeah, it's called fiambre. And that was like now that you're talking about what was mealtime, that was like a special day, a really special day. So for preparing, you put, it's like a mix of a lot of vegetables, and you have to prepare it like 2-3 days before, because it has to start getting like the touch, you know, like some vinegar, you put olive oil, and you leave all the vegetables like getting ready. Then you add some type of meat, like sausages and all those type of things. And then on November 1st, every home eats that, everywhere in the world. Everyone, it's like, and you know, it's funny because everyone has the best recipe, like their house, the best. And then it's common that you do like a lot, and you give someone a little bit, and they give you, and you try fiambres from all the homes.
And then you have some for the rest of the week.
Yeah, and you know, even at my place, my dad loves it that much that we even put some on the freezer, and then once in a while he's like, "Oh, I feel like eating fiambre," so we take it. He eats it, so he tries to eat it like all year long. Yeah.
So that is the only time that you'll make it. You won't, say this time of the year, you won't make the recipe.
No, never. No, it's the only time. Yeah.
Wow.
And most of the houses of families, they prepare it themselves. Some other, of course, they buy it. Some, like in my house, we do it and we eat it like already prepared. Some other families, they have the tradition of having everything separated, and they join, like they put it together in their plate when they're going to eat it. We feel like if you do it, like I told you, like some days before, it starts getting like a better flavor.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Will you see that dish in restaurants?
No. Well, lately some restaurants are selling it like to go, but it's not common. Like you just find it for November 1st, and it's more like a family thing. Yeah. It's
great.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture so you can have a better idea of what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That would be great. And are there other holidays that really emphasize the importance of a certain recipe in Guatemala?
No, then Christmas. It's a time that you share with family, with friends. And we have, I mean, some families are kind of influenced by states. We do turkey and more like an American kind of way dinner, but the tamal is really important.
Okay.
Like tamal you find like Saturdays is usually you can go and buy a tamal, and it's not like you eat it every day, but you can find, and there are some places that they always have tamal. But for Christmas, it's really important. Like we have a special place that we like the tamales, to buy the tamales from there, and you have to order them like 2 weeks before, so you have, because it's a really popular place. And then there are some other families, that they do it themselves. Like it's also a Christmas tradition to do their own tamal.
Okay. And with those, are those the corn husk wrapped?
Yes.
Okay.
And you fill it with chicken or pork, and then you put the sauce, and you put like the plantain leaves, and then you cook. Yeah, that's how it's done.
Nice. And do you have a favorite traditional Guatemalan dish that you prepare at home, or that your children will say, "Mom, can you make this tonight?"
Well, like I don't know. My kids, they love beans. Like I have a baby. He's 1 year old, and he's, I mean, he loves it. And we give him the little grains, like soft, so he eats them. I think also for him, it's easy to eat it, and he's always covered. Like tamal, they love. Like the other dishes that I told you, like the chicken with the sauce and all that. For kids, sometimes it's like something they have to how can I say, like start loving on the way, like it's not like maybe seen like a really kids friendly food. That's why that when I asked my sister, and she said she loved eating that, I was like, what happened with this girl? You know, like usually kids other type of things, but tostadas is something they really like. They always ask, "Oh, can we have tostadas for dinner?" And for me, it's perfect because it's something easy to prepare. You know, just like the tostada with the guacamole or the sauce and the beans. So
Mm-hmm.
those two are the favorite food my kids like to eat.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
the guacamole, is that something that you'll make?
Oh
Fresh
yeah.
avocados, and
Yeah.
what other ingredients do you mix in with that?
You can chop a little bit of onion, really chopped, and then put some chopped tomato,
Mm.
guacamole, lemon, a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and that's it. But you can find fresh potatoes everywhere here.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You can have them all year long, and yeah, it's something you eat. We usually eat like avocado, like we have it like if not every day, like 2, 3 times a week, like you because you can find it everywhere, and it's really
Mm.
nice. It's a good type of food.
Yeah, yeah. It's great for you too, with the healthy fats. And do you make it in
Yeah.
the mortar and pesto? Kind of.
Excuse.
So the mortar and pesto it's like a
Yeah,
bowl
yeah,
and
yeah. I can use that to make
mashed.
the. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's great. You know, when we were living in Nicaragua, we had a avocado tree in our garden.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we were so lucky because we had every day the avocado. One of my
Mm.
kids, he loves it. He's like almost eating it like that. We had plenty of them. Yeah.
Do you use them to make anything else besides, just eating it plain or making the guacamole?
Basically to put it into salads or we do tortilla soup. We love it, and we put potato or yeah, just like like slices, and you put it into your food.
Nice. And my last question, Euda, is, if there is one recipe that you personally like the most in Guatemalan cuisine, what would it be?
Oh, let's see. Mm,
And it
I
could
don't.
be it could be a mealtime dish, or it could be a dessert dish.
A dessert. Well, the plantains I was telling you, the rellitos,
Hmm.
that's something I really like. I like sweet food, so that
Oh,
would be one of my favorites. Yeah,
mm.
yeah. Also, there's this candy, milk candy. Um, it's basically milk and sugar, but I like the candy. It's really nice. I love it.
What
But
is
I
that
mean,
called?
canillita de leche,
Okay.
like a little milk stick. That's really nice. Like that's talking about desserts. And then I don't eat it that often because it's like a huge uh, bowl, let's say, of corn. But tamal, it's something I really enjoy eating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the chicken or another type of meat, which is your preference?
I prefer meat.
Okay.
Meat, yeah, I like yeah better than chicken. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Great. Well, Aida, this has been such a neat conversation. I've learned so much, and I hope everyone watching now or watching in the future has learned just as much too, and maybe, gets to try making their own guacamole or making some fresh tortillas and tostadas. So I want to give this time to you to talk about, where anyone who's watching can find what you do, check out your pestos, and follow you for more.
Thank you so much. Yeah. If you want to follow, it's homemade pesto GT. So you can follow me and learn a little bit about my pestos. And yeah, I want to thank you because it has been an amazing time. We share a nice moment, and I hope you will like it.
Thank you so much. And yeah, anyone, if you live in Guatemala, there's the chance of trying your pesto too, which
Of
I
course.
highly
Yeah.
encourage.
Yeah. So that would be great. I have delivery, so you can just text me and we can arrange something.
Great. And try all the flavors too. Or in
Yeah.
Nicaragua, you can try your friend's pesto there too.
Yeah, yeah. Just one thing I have. Oh, well, I do have 4 kids, but one is the baby, and then the other 3 are a little bit older. And each of them, he had other, like the boy, the oldest one, his favorite is the red pesto. One is the other pesto, and the girl, she loves the basil one. So each of them, they have the favorite. So always when someone asks me which one is the best one, and I'm like, I don't know. If you ask my kids, you have three different answers. So try the three of them. And no, because yeah. So it's
And maybe the baby will like all three.
yeah. Let's see. He will give a point to choose a favorite one, I guess.
Breaking the tie.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jessica, for the time, and I hope you like it, and we will keep on chatting.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Euda. It's been great, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.